Coraline Blaud from Lodestar Minerals joins us again. She's not in the Atacama Desert today, but we are speaking about the ongoing diamond drilling at the Three Saints project there in Chile. Now, Coraline, there's a lot of interest in the results that are happening. You're only on hole 2 right now. Can you tell us what you're seeing coming out?
Hi, Daniel. Great to talk to you again. And yes, with fantastic is like being releasing visual mineralization and visual alteration from that second drilling at Three Saints. So just to remind, this is a fully undercover target. Winters in middle of the Atacama Desert. So we actually have no geological information, and that was entirely based on geophysics. And what we had on the geophysics, it was that half ring shape, which is considered as a demagnetization zone. And this zone is actually more than a kilometer across. And we've put a first drill hole into it, which came back obvioush with visible chalcopyrite mineralization. And we've put a second drill hole, which is 900 meters colored, 900 meters away, with what we're saying is like 700 mineralization distance. And that drill hole came back with a stronger alteration, a lot of like disseminated sulfides. So really much is like what is been very good to see in that drill hole is that strong alteration, it's continuous. And we've seen the actinolite, which is very actually quite important because this is part of the main alteration package in which the mineralization is hosted at Candelaria, which is the closest IOCG deposit from us, which is one of the largest one in Chile, which is owned by Lundin Mining. So this is very essential to find this alteration package. And what we've been excited, we've seen native copper actually that we did not see in that first hole. We saw chalcopyrite, pyrite, pyrrhotite, magnetite, and then a lot of alterations from a lot of chlorite, sericite. We've seen a lot of feldspar, albite, but also the actinolite and then also some skarn texture and breccia. So it's all the right element, and that's what we're so excited about because it's just so much happened into that drill hole that is really giving us the feeling that one is like, actually it's not a feeling, is that we are into an IOCG deposit system. And that is the proof, like we now have this. A second hole is like, this is 100% an IOCG system. And then secondly, we're getting closer to the core of the system. So this is very exciting because having that influx of like hydrothermal alteration is just what we're looking for.
So Coraline, it's very exciting that in just 2 holes, you are making so much progress towards where you want to be there at Three Saints. Can you tell us how these results might be affecting your overall approach to the project and exploration that's currently happening?
Yeah, but so it's like in 2 holes, we went from a project that we had no idea what was underground and to proving that we've got an IOCG system in 2 holes, which with mineralization being more than 700 meters apart. So what really is like, and this is on one line. So for people to understand, it's like this type of deposit are a 3D shape. And so this is not 700 meters on one line. This is a 700 meters is like in diameter across. So what really is like we're looking for is it's such a sizable system that we are trying to identify. And at the moment, we've got in that first drilling, we know that there is copper mineralization. That second drilling, we confirm there is copper mineralization and there's a lot of alteration. There's a lot of hydrothermal fluids coming through. And then it's like, it's just having to find the core of the system. So really much what we're looking at is being able to identify where's the next target, where do we going from there.
So speaking of the next target and where we're going from here, can you tell us what are those next big news flows? When can we expect them? When do you expect to wrap up hole 2 and move on to hole 3?
Yeah, so it's like it's actually a good thing to remind is we are still drilling that second hole. All the mineralization and the alteration is reported to 510 meters depth. We are currently still drilling with a planned depth of 600 meters. But if things look good, we'll be happily pushing the holes deeper because we're convinced that there is something at depth. So when the hole is finished and actually we'll go all the way through this time, we'll then report the visible mineralization and the rest of the hole. So that will be coming within the next few weeks. And then following that, in the next few months, we'll be actually looking at doing some geophysics, and the geophysics will be using it to really give us a bit more indication at depths of the system. So now we've got the drill holes, we've got the information of the geology, we know there is an IOCG system at depth. We just need to identify it and help us target the next program of drilling. So that would be the focus. But in the meantime, actually, we are staying very busy as we just completed a geophysics survey on the other project, which is a Los Loros project, also in Chile, just a few hours south. And that's a porphyry copper molybdenum project. So we just completed the IP survey. We currently treating the preliminary results and we'll be announcing them soon. And then we're still on track to actually drilling there end of May. So let's say that the team in Chile is not getting bored.
Coraline, I know that there are a lot of eyes increasing every week on your activities there in Chile. So please do keep coming back to us to keep us in the loop.
Thank you very much for having me. Always a pleasure talking to you.